Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 here today on the channel. We're back on our road to 56 modded Let's Play as Free India. This is episode 4. Here today we're going to be declaring war upon China and securing West Asia and the Asian sphere of influence. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series, and we'll allow me to expand and conquer. We have 220 divisions in active duty, 32 million manpower. How crazy is that? So here today, we're going to be declaring war upon the United Chinese Front. In the last episode, if you haven't gone and watched it, I highly recommend you do. We managed to knock out the Soviets before 1941. We're currently in December now of 1940. We've still got to deal with the Tibet border there as well. So in the last couple of episodes, we started off with humble beginnings. We started off in India, of course. We had to launch a civil war to break away from the Allied forces and the democratic influence of India. We went fascist, we allied with the Germans, and now everything is coming up for India. Everything is coming up India. So we conquered, most of West Asia in the last couple episodes as well. So world-wise, Japan managed to get knocked out. So attacking China here, communist and non-aligned, is going to be easier said than done, because they are, well, united. They're strong. They managed to fight off the Japanese, 1939? They managed to kick them out. Korea's now back, so we might have to deal with them. But basically, we should be able to lock down, pin down, and secure the future for all Asians, instead of dealing with the wars of the Europeans in Europe. Speaking of the Europeans, Germany isn't doing too flash. They're just sort of hanging out, to be honest. The Allied forces didn't really do too much. We're able to knock out the Soviets as quick as we can. But this is going to be interesting because this is the first time we're fighting in a relatively hard logistical nightmare. I always bang on about China and South America as being logistically hard, and it is, especially seeing as we're bringing well over 200 divisions into this fight. We did have a little bit of a problem in the Kazan region as we pushed against the Soviet Union, and we're currently pushing towards Beijing in the Manchurian region. But it looks like the Japanese are going democratic, which is interesting. So once we knock out the Chinese here today, which is going to be easier said than done, I might put a pin in the campaign here. I'll adjust the feedback suggestions, and let me know if you want to see more episodes. If we are successful against the Chinese, I don't think it would take more. I reckon we can wrap up the Chinese here today. I don't think it'd be prolonged for another episode. It could very well be, but we'll just have to see. But basically, we will form our own faction. We were sort of using the Axis where we can. We were never really drawn into their world wars, so that was never really too much of a concern. Oh, Finland and Sweden are going to war now. Okay, what's happening in Scandinavia? Yeah, Italy's up there. It's a little bit crazy. Ah, they went communist, the Swedes. Okay. And the Finnish are democratic. So that's what's happening there. Okay, so they're alone in the world. I thought they might have gone fascist, but no, that makes sense, because usually when Sweden goes and aligns themselves with Germany, they are the Svendenreich, more or less. So we're still pushing into China, still pushing into Tibet where we can. India focus tree wise, national focuses, we're doing alright. We can expand some of the civilian manufactories, but we don't particularly need to focus on it too much. Now we have the manpower, we have the pops, and we're slowly but surely trying to wrap up the Chinese. So I've made the decision to name our faction the Indian United Front. That's what I'm going to go with. Alright. Let's continue to push there. Now, because we puppeted the Serbs, they're going to automatically accept. But yeah, this series will end in the not too soon future, so let me know what you'd like me to replace it with. Doesn't necessarily have to be Hearts of Iron 4, just has to be a strategy game. I've Let's Played on the channel. But if I was to do more Hoi 4, this is what I'm sort of open to. Man, check out this crazy, just like, border gore pockets here. The Chinese weren't expecting an attack from the west there. Because we actually took... No, the Japanese actually occupy Vlad of Vladstock and a couple of others there on the border. They have more territory than... Oh, well, the Koreans do, that is. They probably have a lot more than what you'd expect. But yeah, let me know and order this. I'm thinking potentially Romania. That would be quite cool. As there are a fair few ways to go with Romania. Let me know which one's more sort of the viable tactic. The thing is, you've got a huge oil reserve in Europe. You can either go up and... Oh, that's Tibet gone. Okay, good. We secured the North Mountains there. Yep. So you can either go with the Comintern, which make things a lot easier. They can swarm in and help you out in the Bulgarian to Balkan wars. Or you could go fascist and try and push over the Danube against Bulgaria, and you can actually go after the Soviet if you're cautious enough. You can also provide a viable flanking maneuver into Poland as well. So there's a fair few ways you can go with Romania, or you could essentially go Fortress Romania. I prefer to be aggressive in my Hoi series, so I'm always better off to go either the aggressive communist or fascist doctrines, and then either create my own faction if I agree or disagree with the Axis cause towards the end, or not. That's my personal opinion. Mexico, maybe going back over to America. That might be cool. Still got Austria to play as. And so China is now gone. So Communist China is still fighting them out. So they actually had another civil war on top of that. So we technically fought out the non-aligned Chinese there. But they're currently fighting the communists. We're basically just trying to purge all the communists and Marxists as we can. With the Soviet Union falling, China is next on the list. But yeah, we could even play as the Chinese. Might be... The thing is that China's really difficult because you get really cool manpower, but the amount of debuffs you get... I was already complaining about how monotonous and tedious sometimes the Brazil campaign could be, just because just sort of the logistics and supply and the topography can be annoying. And you also get a lot of debuffs you have to focus on. But that's definitely an option. Okay, so China is pretty much being defeated, and it's been swarmed up by the Communist Chinese. So we're going to form up and go up against them, because we want to try and bring all of China under the Indian sphere of influence. Okay, so national focus-wise, we'll continue to expand stuff we can. Japan joined Mesmor's? Really? You wouldn't join the Allied forces? Yeah, because... Oh, what is going on with Japan, man? So they look like they might actually flip back over. They ousted Hirohito and had some other dude in, and now they're democratic, and they might go back again. They just haven't been doing very well in this series. The worst I've seen them before in a while. Okay, so... Right, so that's the Chinese. So China's capitulated. The Treaty of Taipei, yeah. So basically now the Chinese are probably going to fled to Taiwan. We'll give ourselves the war score. And we'll try and take as much of it as we can. Now, I'm assuming, seeing that Communist China isn't in this one, so basically, what's going to happen is that they're going to take some territory regardless of what we take. So we'll take what we want in this treaty, but we'll just have to, well, see how we go and how the Hearts of Iron 4 gods roll us. Yeah, why is it 8,000? It's a lot of territory. It's a lot of fantastic population. That's the main thing. And they're so expensive. They haven't got overly too much resources, although we don't really need that much in particular. But we're using a play-led peace conference. And we'll take it for us. So let's see how things work out towards the end. Oh, we still need to take that last little bit there. Yeah. And cool. Let's end it on that. So... Whoa, a lot of equipment was seized there. 36 states. Oh, so we did actually take the majority of it. That's alright. Alright, let's finish off the northern Chinese then. And then I guess we'll push further south. We'll start a front on 2. And there are smaller sort of pockets of free and independent Chinese down there, so we'll try and bring them in under the Italian, the Indian fold. I don't know why I'm keep on saying Italian. We're in 1941 now. We've moved over our Air Force logistics, and we have a whopping 40 million under our control. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Why were they fighting? Because I think at one stage there was a proper united front, but then that must have broken away when I was focusing on the Turks and the Russians. There are still Allied forces in and around. Yeah, so they're in Mesmors. That's crazy. The Comitan's still about in Mongolia. Oh, the Italians are pushing into France. So it looks like the Axis might actually come through in this. You'd think so. They don't even have to worry about the Soviets. They did actually go down the proper route of signing the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. So that was never particularly a concern for them. But I've had an absolute blast recording this India series. It's sort of difficult and iffy towards the start, but once we sort of got the ball rolling in Western Asia, we were laughing. Okay, slowly but surely now, trying to finish off the last of the Chinese. It's in August now, 1941. Supply lines and logistics, and just trying to move throughout the hostile and treacherous terrain, especially in the far west. You forget that sometimes in the far west of China, it really is just deserts. Oh, they're now gone. Good. Well, we'll be able to subjugate them. I love how the French and the Vietnamese are still battling it out in their war. Oh, they've only just made peace, actually. Yeah. But they were fighting there for so long. The Vietnam War erupted and went for so long. So we have 249, a whopping 4,000. Yes, 4,000 divisions in active duty. So we can match the manpower for manpower. But it's just the supply grind is what the problem is. We're going to be pushing into Niang now. And we're about to secure southern China. Macau and Hong Kong are still firmly under British and, I believe, Portuguese control. Also got a spare military tech there. We never needed to go down to rocketry. We don't particularly need oil, but we want the infrastructure where we can throughout the United Indian Province. Belgium's joined the Allies. German interest in Scandinavia. I swear I saw that before. Japan declares war upon colonies. Why? What? You ain't even here, and you're democratic. What are you doing? Can I have military access? Oh, I should have offered it to them, because they could have come in. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, that's offer. There we go. Really, if you want to help out Japanese things, we control most of the eastern Chinese seaboard, so be it. We haven't even hit 1942 rifles, but we get a nice bonus if we use it, so we might as well. Alright, let's try and finish off the north here. But we're starting to phase out the European British Indians of the Raj that they're fighting with. Ah, France pursues nuclear technology. Okay. We're going to watch out for that. But yeah, we're actually getting proper Indians fighting within our ranks, which is fantastic. And now the Japanese are coming over to help us out. Yeah, maps-wise, fighting experience they would have had, even though they lost. They know where to go. Don't go that way. Don't go over there, Indians. We lost 12k over there. Oh, I remember that area. We lost 1,000 divisions there. I feel bad for the Japanese in this playthrough. They have really not done well. They're actually they're eerily playing like the Italians awfully do in my Hoi games. Let me know in the comments. Does that happen to you? Like, always the Italians throw a spanner in the works. They always a spaghetti in the works, a spanner in the works. They are always horrendous in the game. They always stuff stuff up. Okay. So they're still holding off towards here. We could actually go after Mesmors, maybe. Yeah, so there's like this weird intermarriage. Oh, what? So Sweden's now the Comintern leader. Okay. 1941. I don't know what's going on with my Hoy saves recently, but the same thing happened. The Germans did not declare war upon Poland in 1939. Usually, even with non-historical AI focuses, they still mostly do it. But maybe they've changed something in the code and database. So we've got Japanese and Indian forces helping us out to try and finish off the Chinese. They're not going to be able to take any territory, the Japanese. It's all going to go under the Indian sphere of influence, so I don't particularly know where they're trying to help us out. They're probably just more so dampening our supplies. But the flag has changed from the land and flag of the rising sun just to the red dot now. Okay. Niang is still holding out here. And we're still losing generals. Slightly. So they've lost 150k with them. And they've lost 160k there. But overall, nothing really to be too disappointed about. And write home about. Germany wants me to join their faction. I'm assuming that's what it is. No. Luxembourg. No. Still pushing towards the last of the Chinese here. They still seem to be holding out quite well. It's because they're pushing back to capital regions. We might need to get some more additional air support. That might change the odds. Still fighting off the last of the Chinese here. We're trying to reform some of my front lines where we can. Yeah, maybe it's the Japanese that are really annoying us here. More so than anything. Because they are... I don't know how they're still holding out there. We're still trying to push south into Niang. We should be able to secure southern China while we try and subdue the north. Right, let's try and swing that around. We've got air supremacy in the south. We need to redirect it over in the western side. The Chinese war's blowing out to October 1941 now. Yeah, so we should be able to wrap things up before 1942, which is what I like. It makes things a lot easier, because the Brazilian series, it blew out to 1946. Not often do my Hoi Let's Plays drag on that long, but that was particularly tough. Because similarly, what we're experiencing here, Minsk or war, you have no choice. Oh, what? Sure, I guess we'll give them some of the border territory. So we're basically acting as the Soviet Union here. Yeah, well, I guess the Japanese made the decision for us. They'd be right behind us. Yeah, I want to deal with China. I guess we'll just secede it. That's alright. We're basically acting as the Soviet Union, like I said. Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, they've pushed all the way to Minsk. Yeah, that's alright. Because they'd essentially be fighting us directly. I want to wrap up this war against the Chinese before I even look to pursue Mesmors. It's kind of annoying that Japan joined them, because we can't just storm the fields of Poland and wrap them up. Hey! So southern China's now gone. Sweet. We gotta bring them in. Yeah, this is becoming eerily similar to the conquests of South America. Taking ages, mate. No, let's try and redirect guys north where we can. Just try and swarm them. Ideally. So far we've been aggressively, quickly, rapidly blitzkrieging throughout the flat fields of Western Asia, through deserts and sand dunes on like German motorbikes, just like hammering through the desert. Like, quite literally, I'm thinking that the Indians are acting like Mad Max, basically, but with German bangers, German heavy metal. Dun 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 dun. Hail the Kaiser. Dun dun. And just hammering through the desert. Wow wow. Alright, come on. Let's finish off the pesky Chinese. They seem to be just holding us out here. We did something the Japanese couldn't. We were lucky that we were able to pin them from a fair few sides, though. And we're about to blow out to 1942. Yeah, it takes a while sometimes just to take out these major powers. But overall, Allies massively underperformed in this. To be fair, they didn't really join in on it. They've actually got British soldiers, as you can see in the bottom left, hanging out in Nepal. That never helped. Well, I guess we never attacked them, so it did work. $236k. 400k for us. Logistics 3 has come through. Yeah. Italy's taken Germany. Looks like communist Sweden has taken out Scandinavia. Sweden has been really aggressive in the last couple of series. They were really aggressive in the Brazilian save. Germany's still hanging out there. Ah, the United States joined the Allies in 1942. Thank God I have to deal with that. Hey! The Treaty of Gansu is over. Cool. Let's finish an occupado the Chinese. Okay, right. So we've got them under our control. Fantastic. Well, I think on that note, we'll look to make our faction. So 44 million. I'm sure we'll get a lot more. So what occupies it down there? Burma, Vietnam, and we've got the Polish border there opening up. But this is what we currently occupy as Free India. We've united all of Asia under a free and independent entity. So let me know in the comments if you would like to see more episodes of this. I've gone and set out what I really wanted to achieve. However, there are still major belligerents and threat to a free Asia, basically. The Axis and Allies and Mesmors are still battling it out. We'll negotiate with our puppet here, and we shall create our faction. I don't know if I want it in all caps. Yeah, let's go with the Indian United Front. Perfect. That's what I want. And we'll quickly just unpause there. The dawn of the Indian United Front. Together, we will not be defeated. Perfect. There we go. I don't know if I like it that it's red like that, though. Oh, yeah, I forgot we've got those small pocket territories in South America, which we managed to grab off the Soviets. But unfortunately, guys, it's time to end the episode in the series here. Thank you very much for watching the Indian Let's Play. I've had an absolute blast. Let me know if you want to see more episodes. If not, we can move over to something else. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with either Austria, Romania, China, or potentially Mexico. Stay tuned for more content coming out in 2020. I'm not going anywhere. So expect more Hoi, Paradox, and strategy game videos on the channel. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.